Welcome back, Wildcat. Now, if you clicked on this video, you realize that there's a part one and part two to Transformation Monster. Okay. Now, in part one, I told you that we were going to do the notes, the second part. Okay. So, if you haven't watched Transformation Monster part one, please stop, go back and watch that first, then come back and watch this video. Okay. So, I assume if you're at this point, you've watched Transformation Monster Part 1 and you're ready for Transformation Monster Part 2. So in Part 2, we're going to go over the notes. Because in Part 1, you've discovered a lot of the transformations. Now let's just record them in our notes. Okay, so if you would, we're looking at Tuesday, September 6th, Transformation Monster, page 6. So if you would, turn your journal to page 6. Okay, so let's review all of the transformation that you discovered in the Transformation Monster. Okay, just quick. X is the X variable, H of X is the Y variable. Okay? Now, what you discovered in the Transformation Monster activity is that when you have H of X plus a number K, it's a transformation up K units. And when it was H of X minus K, it was down K units. Okay? The next is when we have a number, and let's just call it number A. And I'm using a capital A, not lowercase, because my lowercases look like nines. And if I did it, you'd say that's a 9 in the video, and it'd just be, all right, so I'm using a capital A. Okay? So capital A times H of X is a vertical stretch, and A, when A is greater than 1. Okay? Now, when you multiply A times H of X, it's a vertical compression when A is greater than 0 but less than 1. Okay. Now, if you're multiplying by a negative on the outside, then it should reflect over the x-axis. If you multiply by a negative on the inside with the x, it's a reflection over the y-axis. And here, if we have h of x plus h. Now, we know if it's plus h in the parentheses, it's left h units. And if it's h of x minus h, it's right h units. And then here, we have h of b of x. Now, if you're multiplying b, and again, I'm using capital B here because if I use a lowercase b, you're going to think it's a 6, and it's no good. So I'm using capital B. So h of b times x inside here is a horizontal stretch when b is greater than 0 but less than 1. And here we have, if you multiply b times x, and it's a horizontal compression if b is greater than 1. Now, I've put an asterisk here because I'm writing this out because this is h of x with the transformations all included from above. And that's going to lead you off to the next notes, which we're going to get into more transformations. Now, again, let me end with each video is this is just the start of the learning. I'm available in class, during tutorials, and during lunch to help you with any questions you have. So please, please, please ask questions and I'll help you get further into the lesson, understand the material in much more detail. Okay? With that, have a terrific Wildcat day.